Happy Black Friday, everyone, and welcome to episode 20 of the Weekend Gear Guide. Now that the winter season is almost upon us, it's time to go over our winter season layering guide for Patagonia Technical Outerwear in order to help provide you with the best comfort for your weekend winter activities such as ice climbing, alpine climbing, winter hiking, and snowshoeing. So let's get started. We'll begin first by going over a typical 4-layer system which consists of the following layers. The first is the base layer, which uses a next-to-skin moisture-wicking soft, stretchy, and comfortable fabric with natural anti-odor properties or an anti-odor treatment for synthetics. The fabric used for this layer is typically synthetic polyester or natural merino wool or a combination of both. Alpaca wool can also be used and is said to offer better comfort and performance than synthetic or merino wool fabrics, so hopefully we see some alpaca wool base layers from Patagonia in the next year or so. The second layer is the mid-layer, which provides lightly insulated warmth and breathability while also being weather resistant. This layer is typically a fleece jacket or an active jacket consisting of 40 to 90 grams per square meter of synthetic insulation, or can be a fleece-lined soft-shell jacket. The third layer is the outer shell layer, which can be a waterproof, windproof hard-shell jacket or a lighter wind jacket, both of which needs to offer good moisture vapor transfer and packability. Layers 1, 2, and sometimes 3, depending if it's wet or windy, are what's referred to as your active layers, since these are the layers you will be using when engaged in your winter activities. The fourth and last layer is your insulated belay jacket layer, which is meant to go over all your other 3 layers when you are static, which means you're either on belay duties or resting for lunch near the hiking trail or hanging outside relaxing at camp. This layer will be weather resistant and windproof and typically using 65 to 200 grams per square meter of high loft insulation and should be packable. Synthetic continuous filament insulation is preferred since it provides better warmth retention in the presence of light moisture versus down, as well as better loft retention and durability versus staple fiber insulation. Now let's go over some considerations in order to optimize your winter layering system. The first consideration is what the weather conditions will be like for the duration of your planned outing. For example, if the forecast for the whole day shows clear bluebird conditions, then it would be better to pack your lightweight wind jacket instead of your heavier hard shell. The second consideration would be the type of activity that you will be doing. For example, if you like hiking with high intensity or your route contains many hill climbs, then it would be better to use a lighter base layer combined with a breathable soft shell jacket. And the last consideration would be knowing your own body's physiology, meaning that if you run cold under the same activities and temperature as someone who is dressed exactly the same, then you will need to use a thicker, active, insulated jacket to achieve the same level of comfort. So now that you know the basics of a winter layering system, let's have a look at some of the key differences between 2 of the biggest players in the outdoor industry, Patagonia and Arc'teryx, in terms of their winter layering systems. So in terms of fit for men's outerwear, Patagonia has a more boxy, slimmer, and longer cut that is pretty much symmetrical at the bottom hem between the front and back. So if you have a tall, slim build, then Patagonia would typically be a better fit for you. Arc'teryx, on the other hand, has a V-shape and wider cut where the hem is shorter at the front for better hip flexion when climbing or sitting, and longer at the back for more coverage in the rear. So if you have a bigger chest and wider build, then Arc'teryx would typically be a better fit for you. In terms of materials, Patagonia primarily uses their proprietary 3-layer H2NO performance standard waterproof breathable shell fabric, some of which either have 2 or 4-way stretch built in for improved mobility and comfort. They also use 3-layer Gore-Tex Pro or Gore-Tex Active. For insulation, Patagonia uses their high warmth-to-weight ratio synthetic Plumafil insulation, or their breathable full-range insulation, or their R2 high loft fleece for their active cold weather products. And for Patagonia's high warmth products, Primaloft Gold and Gold with cross-core technology insulation is used. For base layers, Patagonia uses an assortment of Capilene or R1 products with high-Q anti-odor treatment. Arc'teryx, on the other hand, is using the newest 3-layer Gore-Tex Pro Most Rugged or 3-layer Gore-Tex Infinium for their shells. For insulation, Arc'teryx has now almost fully transitioned from CoreLoft to CoreLoft Continuous and CoreLoft Compact and uses Octaloft for their high-activity cold weather products. For base layers, Arc'teryx Row and Modus lines all use polyester either with Polygene or DAO anti-odor treatment. Now let's go over which Patagonia products we would recommend for your layering system based on our experience with these products for a given activity level and temperature range. As shown, for a MET level of 5 to 8 for a temperature range of 40 Fahrenheit to 20 Fahrenheit, we would recommend the following warm active layers and shell, but first, let's quickly define what MET level is. So what is MET? MET stands for metabolic equivalent. 1 MET is the amount of energy or calories your body uses each minute while resting quietly. On average, a man sitting quietly burns 70 calories per hour and a woman sitting quietly burns about 60 calories per hour. As you can see in this example, for walking, hiking, snowshoeing, and mountain climbing, we see a MET level between 5 and 8. So now that you have a sense of what activities go with what MET level, let's go back to our recommended products. For best breathability, we recommend the Capilene Air Hoodie with 51% merino wool paired with a durable weather-resistant stretchy Patagonia R1 TechFace Hoodie softshell. The R1 TechFace hoodie we've been using comes with a helmet-compatible hood and convenient external chest pocket, but the new R1 TechFace hoodie uses an under-the-helmet hood. So if you can't find the older version and want to purchase the new version, simply purchase the Capilene Air Crew version without the hood so as not to interfere with the R1 under-the-helmet hood. Our next recommendation would be the Patagonia R1 Pullover hoodie as a base layer, which uses a warmer R1 fleece grid material on the main body in combination with a highly breathable R.5 grid fleece on the side panels and bottom. When combining the R1 Pullover with the previous version of the R1 TechFace hoodie, you get a breathable but warmer active system than the first combination. However, if you can only find the new R1 TechFace hoodie, then we would recommend pairing that with the hoodless R1 Pullover, which is a bit warmer since it does not have the R.5 fleece grid side panels. Our last recommendation for this MET level and temperature range would be the warm, moisture-wicking, fast-drying Patagonia Capilene Midweight Zip Neck paired with the Patagonia Nano Air Light Hybrid Hoodie, which is made with a 40 CFM insulated front and a highly breathable 130 CFM knit back panel. Note that Patagonia has discontinued the Nano Air Light Hybrid Hoodie since some of the material used could not be made from recycled content, but it may be available at some resellers or the Wornwear site. For the shell layer, we would recommend the Patagonia Galvanized Jacket, which is now 50% off. Although it's not the lightest waterproof breathable jacket and the fluorinated DWR wets out quicker than C6 DWR rivals, it is one of the most comfortable jackets due to its 4-way stretch 50 denier polyester fabric with spandex. And for pants, although Patagonia has just released the dual aspect bibs, we would recommend the Arc'teryx Alpha Comp Pant due to its hybrid use of the highly durable waterproof N150P Gore-Tex Infinium in the seat and front leg of the pant and stretchy breathable soft shell along the back of the leg with Protec instep patches for protection against crampons. It's also on sale for $229 and may be available at your local Arc'teryx outlet. This pant can be optionally paired with a base layer bottom like the Capilene Midweight bottoms. For the belay jacket, we would recommend the Patagonia Dazzlight Hoodie with select colors now on sale for $229.99. This jacket is very light as the name applies, weighing in at 328 grams for a size medium and uses 65 grams per square meter of Plumafill insulation. If you typically wear a size small base layer, mid layer, and shell, then we recommend to size up to medium for the Dazzlight Hoodie only if you need to fit this jacket comfortably over the shell and active layers plus the helmet and harness. However, if you are not a climber and you will only be using this over your active base and mid layers, then we recommend you don't size up and stick to your same size small. In terms of fit, our model is 5'8" with a 40-inch chest and 32-inch waist and weighs 175 pounds and is able to comfortably fit into a size small Capilene Air Hoodie, R1 Pullover Hoodie, and Capilene Midweight Zip Neck base layers. Our model is also able to comfortably layer a size small Patagonia R1 TechFace hoodie or Nano Air Light Hybrid hoodie over the respective base layers. Our model is also able to comfortably layer a size small Patagonia galvanized jacket over the respective base and mid layers. And finally, our model is also able to comfortably layer a size medium DAS Light hoodie over the respective small size shell, mid layer, and base layers. Now let's go over our recommendation for which layers to use for a temperature range of 20 Fahrenheit to minus 10 Fahrenheit for the same met level of 5 to 8. As shown below, for the base layer, we recommend the Capilene Midweight zip neck as that is what we've had good experience and comfort with when paired with the 3 mid layers shown. But if you need more warmth for your base layer, then we suggest the Capilene Thermal Weight zip neck, which uses the same Polartec Power Grid R.5 material found in the R1 Pullover hoodie. For our recommended mid-layers for this temperature range, if you need the most breathability and stretch, the Patagonia R2 TechFace hoodie is the clear choice. And for the most warmth, the Patagonia Micropuff hoodie would be the best choice at the cost of breathability and stretch, but is on sale for $208.99 on select colors. And again, for waterproof, windproof, breathable protection, the Patagonia galvanized jacket would be our recommendation due to the reasons mentioned previously. For bottoms, our recommendation remains the same with the Arc'teryx Alpha Comp pant, but you would now need to pair this pant with a base layer such as a Patagonia Capilene Midweight bottoms in order to stay comfortably warm. For the belay jacket, we would highly recommend the Arc'teryx Nuclei SV Parka over the Patagonia DAS Parka since it is now on sale for Black Friday to Cyber Monday for 25% off at $299 compared to $449 for the DAS Parka. It also offers similar warmth and weight and offers better loft retention due to the use of continuous filament insulation. And perhaps the most important of all in terms of safety, the Nuclei SV has a better hood design than the Patagonia DAS Parka, which, when used without a helmet as shown here, the hood will fall over your eyes easily even when the size small hood is fully tightened around our model's 59cm head with a Nano Air hoodie. This by far is the biggest flaw in an overall good belay jacket. In terms of fit, as mentioned previously, our model is 5'8" with a 40-inch chest and 32-inch waist and weighs 175 pounds and is able to comfortably fit into a size small Capilene Midweight zip neck base layer. And on top of that, our model is able to comfortably layer a size small Patagonia R2 TechFace hoodie or Nano Air hoodie or Micropuff hoodie over the Capilene Midweight base layer. Our model is able to comfortably layer a size small Patagonia galvanized jacket over the respective base and mid layers. And finally, our model is also able to comfortably layer a size small Arc'teryx Nuclei SV Parka over the respective size small shell, mid layers, and base layer. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about this video, please leave them in the comments below. Hit that like button if you found this review helpful and informative, click on the subscribe button to get notified of new reviews, and stay tuned for the next Weekend Gear Guide episode.